What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company with your host, Nicole Scantlebury.
Welcome to our program for November. It's Energy Month, and today I want to talk about energy transition. The transition from fossil fuel generation to renewable energy is an important and ongoing commitment to Light and Power's 100-100 vision. 100% renewable energy and 100% electrification, which is in alignment with the government of Barbados. We have achieved big milestones since we first embarked on that vision. In 2016, we installed the island's first solar farm in Trent St. Lucie. The solar photovoltaic farm produces 10 megawatts of renewable energy. Also on that site is a 5-megawatt battery storage system. And in April, we commissioned the state-of-art modular clean energy bridge plant, which will support the transition to 100% renewable energy by serving as resiliency backup and maintaining a reliable supply. The plant has already resulted in energy savings for our customers and more efficient power generation. We know that in order to reach our national goal of 100% renewable energy by 2030, we need everyone on board. Our teams are working to continue facilitating grid interconnections for our renewable energy customers as quickly as possible. If you are considering applying for interconnection to our grid, visit our customer support portal on our website, blpc.com.bb, to learn more. Light and Power is one of the Emera group of companies, and it's a pleasure to invite Dave McGregor, Chief Operating Officer of Emera Caribbean and President of Grand Bahama Power, to join me to talk about renewable energy innovations across the Emera Caribbean affiliates, Barbados Light and Power, Lucelec in St. Lucia, and Grand Bahama Power. Welcome back to What's New Radio, Dave. It has been a while.
It's been too long, Nicole, too long, but here I am. Yeah.
When I was preparing for this interview, I asked you to think about 3 clean energy projects or trends in renewable energy across the Emera Caribbean affiliated companies. So here we go. What are you most excited about? What is your number one?
I would say my number one, and maybe you're not expecting this, maybe you're expecting me to say solar or batteries. And, both of those are exciting, but my most exciting prospect, I think, as somebody responsible for a couple of electric utilities, is vehicle electrification. So electrification of the transport sector. That's electric cars, that's electric buses, that's electric motorcycles. And of course, Barbados is actually, I would say, probably the lead island in the Caribbean on vehicle electrification. Really thanks to the folks at Mega Power who we've supported on their journey since 2012 on bringing the Nissan Leaf and now the MG range of cars to the island. And they were also instrumental in working with us and the Barbados government in bringing the fleet of full-size electric buses to the island. A fantastic vision by the government and enabled by stakeholders such as Mega Power and ourselves to make that one a reality. So what I'm also excited about with vehicle electrification is the ability that we're working on at Emera head office, where I also spend some time, on vehicle to home and vehicle to grid technology. So this is the ability of your electric vehicle to be able to power your home if required. And, outages happen from time to time, unfortunately, mainly due to weather. So your vehicle could actually power your home in the case of an outage, or provide electrical services to the utility for a fee. So you could have your car, sitting whilst you're at work, perhaps charging. But most vehicles sit doing nothing 95% of the time. They're either at home when you're sleeping or at work when you're working, and you're driving it for the day, an hour a day or 2 hours a day. The rest of the time, it's sitting doing nothing. So it might as well be working for you during that time, and as long as your vehicle is charged and ready to go when you want to go out and you want to get to work, it's a win-win for the customer and the utility who gets more value out of the vehicle.
Sounds great. Thank you, Dave. Now let's go to your number 2.
Number 2, I've got a kind of 2 and 2.5 as well. So AMI and smart grid. So AMI stands for Advanced Metering Infrastructure. I just call it smart grid. So this is about the utility and the customer having greater visibility of their electricity usage. It allows the utility to have real-time view of the customer's usage in the home, allows us to balance the grid a lot better, especially now when we've got a lot of, Barbados has an extreme amount of rooftop solar, about 3,000 installations, totaling almost 70 megawatts on customers' homes. So the utility needs to be able to understand where that energy is, where it's coming from, where it's going to every second of every hour, every day. So what the EMI system does is give the utility some eyes and ears and be able to manage that. It also gives the customer greater eyes and ears in managing their electricity bill and electricity usage. I think we all complain about the price of electricity these days, no matter where you are, if you're in Barbados or in the United Kingdom or in Canada. It's a common complaint on the price of electricity in all our jurisdictions. But the one thing the customer can do is try and manage it and try and understand their energy usage, understand when they're running the tumble dryer or the washing machine, that, how much it's costing them. Is it costing them $1 an hour to run that? Well, maybe, maybe I can consolidate the load. Maybe I can do things a little differently.
That sounds really good. And we're literally putting the power in the hands of the customers, which is amazing.
And what EMI does is open up a whole lot of opportunities for us to work with our customers to provide them better value, reduce the cost of electricity across our system for everyone. My mantra is we want more people paying less for electricity, not less people paying more. And, as we can increase load through electric vehicles, etc., that means the fixed costs of the electricity system are being shared by more people, and therefore the cost per person decreases over time. So that's what we're shooting for.
Thank you, Dave. Let's make a stop here, Dave. Stay with me, and we'll be back with more on energy transition right after this customer tip.
What's new customer tip?
Hello, I'm Hetty Daisley from Light and Power's Customer Care Department. Some of the biggest energy draining habits in the workplace involve failing to use power strips, energy efficient light bulbs, or setting excessively warm or cool thermostat settings. We have energy saving tips for your business on our website at www.blpc.com.bb. And we encourage you to educate your employees and make new habits.
Dave, we've been talking about energy transition trends and projects across the Emera family of affiliates in the Caribbean. As president of Grand Bahama, you must also be very keen to see any innovations in renewable energy passed on as savings to your customers on their electricity bills. In Barbados, as elsewhere across the Caribbean, the cost of living has increased. There are financial supply chain challenges, and the price of crude oil products has significantly increased. To give you an example, Light and Power's fuel clause adjustment has risen from 32 cents this time last year to 39 cents per kilowatt hour in October this year. How is Grand Bahama Power shielding its customers from the full impact of these increased costs?
Yes, at Grand Bahama Power, they've been very successful over the last 6 years in particular. The fuel charge has been held at 10 cents US per kilowatt hour since 2016. There was a very small increase that was implemented a month or so ago. So the fuel charge is now 11.5 cents, so up 1.5 cents. And how we managed to do that was we implemented what's called a hedging strategy back in 2012 and continue to execute that through to present day. And what that means is we buy oil at a future price that has been, over the last few years, much less than the current world price for oil. So we're currently buying oil at about $50 a barrel rather than the $90 a barrel that it is today. So we can pass those savings directly on to our customer. And our customer has been benefiting every month for at least the last 6 years and hopefully for 2 or 3 years more as we continue to hedge and shield our customers from the ferocious swings in oil prices we've seen over the years.
Well, you can't see me right now, Dave, but I am on my feet and I'm giving the entire Grand Bahama Power team standing ovation. Well done. Well done. Dave, it has been a really great catch up. I really wish we had more time. Because of our time restrictions, I will only be able to play a part of our conversation on What's New Radio, but listeners can hear the full interview on our website, blpc.com.bb. Search for Extra Time or on our YouTube channel. Dave, thank you so much again.
You're welcome, Nicole. Always a pleasure.
Dave McGregor, Chief Operating Officer of Emera Caribbean and President of Bahama Power.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
In my home, we look forward to November and the end of hurricane season. And we are thankful that this year Barbados was spared any major island-wide outages due to storms or hurricanes, despite flooding in some parts of the island. However, in September, 2 Category 4 hurricanes made deadly landfalls in Florida and Atlantic Canada. So this month, I checked in with 2 of my colleagues, Borden and Chris Milligan at Nova Scotia Power, one of the Emera family of companies based in Halifax, which was adversely affected by Hurricane Fiona.
Good morning. My name is Sean Borden, and I was the day storm lead for our Hurricane Fiona response in Nova Scotia. Fiona was the largest storm that ever impacted our province, and it was also the largest restoration effort. We started tracking Hurricane Fiona about a week before it made landfall, and it made landfall late Friday on September 23rd. I'll hand it over to Chris to talk about the impacts of the storm.
Good morning. My name is Chris Milligan. I'm the night shift storm lead for Nova Scotia Power's response to Hurricane Fiona. The impact of Hurricane Fiona was quick and significant as it hit our province on September 23rd. It was obvious as the storm came ashore that the damage to the power system was going to be extensive. As we managed the response from our Emergency Operations Center, our main focus was first on the safety of our employees as well as our customers across the province, and second, putting our planning together on how exactly we would respond to such a large event impacting 80% of the customers in the province.
Over 400,000 customers lost power during Fiona. 90% of those were restored within 7 days, and the very last customer was restored within 16 days. I do want to thank our customers for their patience as we worked through the restoration, and they were showing up in their communities and providing coffee and food to our crews, even though they had been without power for extended periods of time, and the crews really appreciated that as they worked to safely restore their power.
After any major storm like Fiona, there continues to be damage in the power system that needs to be restored. And so we have crews working for the weeks following the event. They're putting permanent repairs in place for temporary fixes that were done during the initial restoration. And they're looking for additional trees that were damaged during the storm just to remove them proactively. And that way we can prevent another outage from occurring when the next storm hits Nova Scotia.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Thanks to my colleagues, Sean Borden and Chris Milligan. Stay safe and keep in touch. That's it for this month. Thanks for your company each month. If you've just missed the program or you want to hear it again, head to our website, blpc.com.bb, and search for What's New Radio. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at BLPC Online and on Twitter at TweetBLPC for up-to-date information. And visit our website, blpc.com.bb, to use our online customer self-service portal. I'm Nicole Canterbury. From all of us here at Light and Power, we wish you and your families a happy Independence Republic Day. Thank you for your company this month. Till next month, be safe.
This program was produced for the Barbados Light and Power Company by SFA Communications.